Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm Dear Darling. As we see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhollow today in a reasonably late night episode, because I was busy for most of today. It's one of those things which ended up being quite like a last minute sort of thing. So I thought today would be a day dedicated to recording, building up a backlog once again. Turns out it wasn't. So here we are at 11 p.m. Recording once again. I'm not really sure what I'm going to talk about today, to be perfectly honest, and nothing is immediately coming to mind, so I suppose we'll just turn to Reddit just to see if there's anything I wanted to do particularly talk about. But good evening, everyone. Right now in Fawnhollow, it's 11:20 p.m. on Saturday, January 6th, 2024. I don't really know what to talk about, to be perfectly honest. Okay, let's see. Well, when in doubt, go to r// games and see what people are talking about, and Portal Revolution's out now of it. This is like the fan-made Portal expansion game. I don't really know what it is, to be perfectly honest, but okay, never mind, hold on. I scrolled a little bit more down on Reddit and it literally says Portal Revolution is basically a full-size fan-made prequel releasing very soon. So I guess therein lies the answer. Portal Revolution. Teared up a revolution. Wait, hold on, how many songs can I think of Revolution then? Not many, now I think about it. No, okay, hold on. That was a terrible title or discussion topic. I did see that they changed Smolder's face, updated it to make it look a little bit more dragon-esque, which, I think has done wonders. So they actually did a reasonable amount of things of what I predicted. Like, wait, they changed his eyes to be the dragon sort of slit eyes. They put like scales on his face and brought it down. They didn't change the colour of the peachy part, and they didn't actually surprisingly change the sclera, which I thought they would do. And I was like, these are basically the things that we can do feasibly. Oh, I can say I got a new water bottle. Should we talk about this new water bottle? I got a hydro flask, and actually it's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It's not inconvenient to use. There's no more so than my normal plastic bottle, but now it's metal. It preserves the coolness of the water. So I suppose if I'm someone who drinks a lot more hot beverages, maybe like hot tea or something, I'd imagine this would preserve it incredibly well. Also, I did have some hot chocolate today. So I went out with a few friends and we ended up eating at Burger King. And Burger King's not somewhere I eat very often. I will say the selection of like burgers and chips and things feels more extensive than McDonald's. And maybe that's only because they have loaded fries. And I really like loaded fries for some apparent reason. I'm like the only one, not the only one in my friend group, but the only one of that mini friend circle of the four of us who I often hang out with. I'm like the only one of those four of us who particularly like loaded fries. I don't know why. I like light cheese and often they come with bacon as well. This one had like, what was it? Chimichurri? Is that the sauce? Chimichurri. No, it wasn't green. But I swear it was called chimichurri. Maybe it wasn't. Hold on. Chimichurri Burger King fries? Smoky chimichurri loaded fries Burger King UK. Yeah. Smoky chimichurri. I don't know. The Google Images only gave like green chimichurris, so honestly I don't really know what chimichurri is apart from it's some sort of sauce thing. I didn't know it's from Argentina/Uruguay. Uncooked sauce. But what is it? Oh, it has green and red varieties. Parsley, red pepper flakes, minced garlic, olive oil, oregano, vinegar, lemon juice. Okay. I would have thought there'd be like some sort of secret ingredient to make it like feel distinguished, I suppose, from like other sort of sauces and things. Nothing really sort of stands out to me as something which is particularly like crazy to put in this. This just feels like a collection of things which would make a nice sauce, to be honest. But yeah, we had that. Sorry, that's got like nothing to do with it. I forgot where I was going with this. Like, how is this going to lead to the conversation about the water bottle? I actually genuinely don't know. I just randomly started talking about Burger King. Oh, and I had hot chocolate. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I was like, maybe I should put hot chocolate in this bottle. But I had a hot chocolate because normally when I go to McDonald's, I have a milkshake, which is, certainly not the most healthiest thing, but there's not many drinks I like. or I would like order from like a fast food place, because okay, so water is basically what I drink mostly all the time, and sometimes I drink some milk. So those are like the top two drinks for me personally. I do drink like a decent amount of alcohol, but it's not something like I would choose to drink. Like if I was like sitting by myself, you might be like, hey darling, would you have like a casual like glass of wine or something in the afternoon/evening? And the answer is actually no. If I was drinking by myself, I would only drink really in the company of other people. If some like apocalypse things, well, maybe not apocalypse thing happened, if I was the only person left on Earth, would I drink alcohol? The answer is, well, actually, okay, maybe the last person off would be kind of depressing, so maybe that's not a good way to look at it, but the answer is probably not. Oh yeah, I was also going to look up KK Slider songs. I also just heard A Shooting Star. I think the last one we did was KK Vocaloid, right? KK Robo Synth. So the next one we need to do is KK Slack Key, which I don't even know what that is. Anyway, so what I was going to say was like maybe I'll put like hot chocolate in there if I want like a hot beverage that I would drink. Like I do drink tea. I don't know if I, because it's quite a big bottle, it's like a litre. I don't know if I drink 1 litre of tea. That seems like a lot, but you know, maybe that's sort of sacrilegious as me. Someone from England saying that sounds like too much tea, but like I don't know. If anything, it's probably going to be more beneficial in some terms of keeping stuff cool and also not having microplastics. I was just like, how can I evenly distribute myself around my other villages? So apart from Slack Key, how many other songs have we got? Welcome Horizons? Is that the last one we need? It's new and can only be requested. So I think Slack Key, I mean, I don't know if we need, we might have already got Welcome Horizons. I don't know if it was added in a new patch or whatever, but still. What was I going to say? What was I going to say? Oh yeah, new bottle. And it's been like years since I've actually updated it. So, you know, the fact I got a new one is nice. You may be like, what is it? It's a Hydro Flask one. I don't know what brand it necessarily is. Temp Shield Insulation. It's 32 ounce fluid ounces, I guess, which is 946 milliliters. So about a litre. I mean, it's got a serial code on here, which maybe this is the actual one it is. FJ1. Is it this one? It doesn't come up with anything, so I guess that's not. I don't know. It's just like literally, I just got it from Amazon. Just like Hydro Flask. I'm surprised it doesn't say like what sort of type of Hydro Flask it is. To be perfectly honest, like even the instructional booklet which came with it, which might be a little bit ridiculous that it came with an instructional booklet, but it was basically like, is it dishwasher safe? And to be fair, it said it was dishwasher safe. BPA free. That's the important part, I think. But yeah, I don't know, it's just like a nice flask and it's what I'll be using for now. Perhaps a bit louder than an actual plastic one, but that's okay. Sacrifices you pay to not, I suppose, use plastic is always a good one in the end. But actually, now I think about it, I used to have a metal flask back in school. I'm trying to think about my journey of water bottles throughout school, which is probably one, now I say it out loud, sounds like one of the most boring conversation topics I could have reasonably come up with. But okay, so back in like nursery and reception, we didn't have water bottles that I can think of. I remember that we used to have, at least in nursery, which is the equivalent of kindergarten, by the way. We used to have like times where we would get given drinks, like we had to choose a drink. And the options were water and milk. And I actually remember this because like almost every single time I would choose milk, but then you gave us a thing, right? Yes, okay. Almost every single time I would choose milk, but then one time, for whatever reason, I was like, I'm going to choose water. And I remember it just being very underwhelmed with the choice of water afterwards. Not because water's bad or anything, but they just give you like with milk, they give you like this nice little carton thing. It's got like a cool cow on the side of it or something. like that. But with water, you just get like a generic red cup, and they just like fill it up with water, which has been sitting on the side in what should we call it? Like a not a canteen, like a water jug. I completely did not pay attention to this. Okay, so that's probably one of the normal villagers, I assume. Simple design, maybe. I think they're probably all sleeping now, so that makes it a little bit more difficult to deal with. Actually, they might sleep at midnight, so let's have a... I don't know, I went this way to try and go to their houses, because this is definitely the slow way. But that's basically the way I would get my... I was going to say ingestion of liquid, I suppose, when I was younger, which is probably the most inhuman way to possibly describe it. So are you sleeping? I'm not at home. Okay. So we're going to have to find a fauna if it's not Lily's. But Lily's just out and about walking. Hello, Lily. We should have a look to see if Celeste is out and about, because if they're shooting stars, it's a clear night. I think it's very possible this is a Celeste evening. Oh, nice, it's Lily's. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, what was I going to say? But I can't remember at what age I started bringing water bottles in, but I remember I used to, at least, certainly in my school as well, in private school, everyone brought in like these Buxton water bottles. Actually, no, hold on. Like, I used to bring in just like a generic water bottle with just like a pop-off lid, and then like you drink and that's it. But I remember if you were a really cool kid, you would have one of the plastic bottles which had like a squeezy cap sort of lid, like the Ribena bottles nowadays I think have them. Honestly, I can't remember. Something like that, and those were like the cool kids club if you had one of those. And then we stopped using plastic bottles. We transitioned to like actual more permanent bottles. And I remember I had like a red flask. It was from China or something. It was not particularly a great flask as well, because I remember that, like, the paint on the outside very much was flaking off the entire time. I had it, so you know, maybe the inside was probably not up to the standards you would want from something which you consume water from every single day. But I remember the cool kids water bottle at that time was this plastic bottle where inside it had a separate core, which in the winter months you would just disregard. You would just bring it in like as a normal sort of screw-on bottle. But when it became summertime, you could fill that middle section up with that middle core up with water, and if you put it in the freezer and it became ice, you would basically have like ice cold water for as long as that ice remained unmelted. And that was like the cool kids like water bottle from what I recall. So I never had one of those. I just had very like regular bottles. And then in secondary school, I'm trying to think. I think at one point I switched back to plastic bottles, like the big Buxton bottles, like the 750 ones, because I was like, I need a bigger bottle. Like this tiny flask-esque bottle is not giving me enough hydration throughout the day, I think. I'm really trying to remember. It's actually quite difficult to remember what water bottle. We also did have water fountains around school, which was kind of nice, but I remember in winter times they turned them off because our pipes would freeze over, which is like fine, but they didn't give us an alternative to also get hydration throughout the day, which is honestly not a great decision, I would say. I feel like access to water is pretty important when you're a kid and that sort of thing. So it doesn't seem like Celeste is about the place. Or she is. She's not wandering up here, which is her usual haunt. But yeah, I don't know. I sort of came to mind. And then at some point I got this pink water bottle, the Nalgene one. I think, was it during secondary school? I actually can't remember anymore. I'm really trying hard. I'm thinking. I'm turning it over in my head. That might have been during university time or a bit before. You know what? It might be, actually, something I can see in my history. On my shopping. So returns and orders. Let's see. Because I definitely bought it off Amazon. Archived orders. Was it that far along? That far along? That's not how you speak words. Was it that far back? Okay, 2016. It was 2016. So let me think. 2016. It was 2016 September. Was that last year of university? Or is this me starting? No, sorry. First year university or last year of secondary school? I bought a new calculator. What on earth? I bought Pokemon Moon. I bought some Kigurumis. I bought a random Lapras plushie. I don't know why. It's very cute though. I still have it. I got a deluxe fountain pen. I bought a lot of random stuff, eh? I think I might have been first at university. Yeah, okay, so maybe in all out throughout secondary school, did I just use a plastic bottle? That doesn't sound right. I feel like at some point I must have not used just a plastic bottle, but... Oh, no, hold on, those were snowflakes, that wasn't the thing. Shooting stars. Maybe I did. Because what would I have used before then? I might have just used like one plastic bottle per week or something, like not the entire day. I can't believe you turned your desk around as well, Raymond. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I had like a plastic bottle at the beginning of a week and I'd use it throughout the week and I'd change it because I was like, oh, I can't reuse the same plastic bottle over and over again. That's somehow unhealthier. I don't know why. I mean, it's probably not great to use a plastic bottle over and over again in the first place, because, you know, degradation of it, etc., you know, and about stuff you're probably ingesting into your system. I don't know why it never occurred to me to get a regular bottle. Or maybe I did. I don't know. Well, now I got 3 bottles. I got, of course, this Hydro Flask, which I'm now using. Not sponsored, by the way. Unsurprisingly, who would be sponsoring any of my videos? But, and then I got the Nalgene bottle. And then I have like this random Hello Kitty bottle, which a friend gave to me on his birthday, which is the weirdest thing. Like, I think I've told this story before, but basically, you know, we went around to a friend's house and gave him his present and that sort of thing. And then he was like, oh, you know, my parents accidentally bought this water bottle. And he was like, oh, dear darling would probably like us. You know, no, they bought it by accident because it was probably like the family out of them trying to buy it. But then it like fell over the like grocery barrier thing on the conveyor belt. And they were just like, they couldn't be bothered to return it because it's just like one random bottle or something. So they're like, oh, I'll just hold on to it and give it to dear darling. She'll probably use it. And, you know, I have used it a few times, not that often, because it's one of the bottles with like the sippy straw thing. And for whatever reason, I find using that sippy straw thing makes me feel more dehydrated than just drinking normally out of like a bottle, an open bottle. I can't tell you why. It doesn't feel very hydrated, but I've used it a few times without a straw component to it. Just like, well, I would always used to use it when I my big bottle was like being washed and like drying out. I would use that one as a temporary one, but now I guess it's now like a temporary one. I should have caught some snowflakes. I didn't realize it was our 5 times thing today, but yeah, I don't know. There's a history of my water bottles. I've definitely spoken about water bottles before, I think. I don't know if it's that extensively, because I don't remember mentioning that red water bottle I've had before. Well, I might be wrong, to be perfectly honest. Maybe it has come up. But I also remember that, let us get the other missions first before I replant that tree, just in case there's one for replanting a fruit tree. But I remember another thing with that red flask bottle was I had a friend, quote, back in primary school, which was, you know, he was a bit of a troublemaker, I would certainly say. And I remember at one point he just, like, poured soap into my water bottle, and I have no idea why he did this. Like, and then, like, I got kind of, like, actually annoyed with him, because I was like, you know, like, now you, like, kind of just, like, ruined this water bottle. And I remember, like, filling it up and, like, rinsing it out multiple times, and you could still taste soap with it. And he was like, it's fine, you can't taste soap. And he drank some of it. He's like, look, I can't taste soap at all. I guess it was just like, you know, him sowing, he was like, yes, and him reaping was like, what? No, sort of thing. I'm not going to hold it against him or anything, because I kind of forgot about that entire thing until now. He was like a 10-year-old kid. He was doing something in the moment he thought was funny, and then he found out it wasn't funny. I'm not going to blame him for not having the self-awareness to be like, you know, sorry, dear darling. Turns out that was either pretty stupid of me in the first place or something. He's 10. Like, why would I bother with that? Okay, we need to go snowflake hunting, I suppose, before the end of the episode. We only have 45 seconds, so that's really not a lot of time. Yeah, so, I don't know. I don't really know where I was going with that, to be perfectly honest. And honestly, after I put the water bottle in the dishwasher, it does taste different. Like, the water in it. I can't express properly how it tastes different. But hopefully with a metal one, at least, it will... Wow, snowflakes are so delicate. Just breathed near it and it perished. But like with plastic ones, maybe it's because, you know, putting it in the dishwasher, the heat sort of like morphs it or something. metal one's presumably a bit more resistant to that whole shebang. Shebang, ooh baby, when she moves, she moves. So, I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no. We'll just have to see what that entails. Okay, I guess we'll just like not catch any snowflakes, so I'm just going to round this episode up here instead. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to title this episode. A flask bottle, maybe. That's what it kind of is. I'll let you know if I ever start just like making a litre of tea and or hot chocolate, I suppose, as the alternative, and drinking from that instead. If I do, maybe I should get that velvetizer. Anyway, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now.